In this topic, we move from architecture to operations. Who does what, when, and under which controls? We'll follow issuers, investors, custodians, administrators, compliance teams, and regulators across the regulated digital asset lifecycle. So far, we've established the market context for digital issuance and mapped the enterprise architecture that supports it. Now the focus shifts from components to execution, how stakeholders, systems, controls, and workflows come together in real issuance processes. A target operating model is the bridge between design and execution. For digital issuance, it defines who does what, how core lifecycle processes run, and where the platform automates, controls, or escalates work. It connects issuance, servicing, transfer, compliance, and reporting across business, technology, custody, and administration teams. Its practical value is that it turns a reference architecture into requirements, operating procedures, governance decisions, and control points that can support regulated tokenized assets. A regulated issuance platform is not a single actor. It is an operating ecosystem with clear responsibility boundaries. Issuers create offerings and manage lifecycle events. Investors onboard, subscribe, hold, and request transfers or redemptions. Custodians and wallet providers safeguard keys and support signing. Administrators, compliance teams, and regulators review records, monitor controls, and receive reports. The key design question is, who initiates, who approves, who executes, and who oversees each action? The issuer journey begins with the economics and legal wrapper. What the asset is, who can buy it, how settlement works, and which disclosures apply. Those choices become token rules, including supply, investor limits, transfer restrictions, and approval gates. Once subscriptions are approved, tokens are allocated and minted. But issuance is not the finish line. The issuer still has to service the instrument through payments, corporate actions, reporting, maturity, and redemption. Before an investor can buy tokens, the platform must verify who they are and whether they are allowed to participate. That includes KYC or KYB, accreditation, suitability, tax, and jurisdiction checks. Once approved, the investor profile is linked to authorized wallets or custody accounts. The custody model matters, whether it is self-custody, a qualified custodian, MPC, or omnibus custody. That approved status then governs future subscriptions, transfers, redemptions, and reporting. Subscription starts when an investor submits an order. The amount, asset, payment method, and required declarations. The platform checks whether the request can proceed against eligibility rules, offering limits, jurisdiction restrictions, and remaining allocation. If it passes, the issuer or administrator decides whether to approve it, reduce it, waitlist it, or reject it. Approval then triggers money movement, settlement confirmation, token delivery, and an update to the investor record. Token ownership starts with identity. An investor is verified, and a wallet is created under an approved custody model. From there, every transfer depends on the signing rules, such as self-custody, custodian approval, MPC controls, or institutional authorization. Settlement connects the asset movement to cash, stablecoin, deposit token, or fiat confirmation. The operating model is only complete when systems also report balances, preserve audit logs, and flag exceptions before they become settlement failures. After purchase, the work shifts from execution to stewardship. The platform keeps investor positions accurate across token balances and traditional books, then turns those records into statements, confirmations, tax forms, and performance reporting. It also manages lifecycle events including distributions, interest, dividends, fees, votes, and corporate actions. The main control challenge is reconciliation. Blockchain, custody, administrator, and issuer records must agree, or reporting confidence breaks down. When an investor wants to transfer or sell a regulated token, the blockchain transaction is the last step, not the first. The platform first verifies the parties, asset rules, sanction status, jurisdiction, whitelist eligibility, and any lockup period. If every condition passes, the transaction can be signed and settled. If something fails, the transfer is stopped or flagged for review. This prevents non-compliant ownership changes from becoming final on-chain. Exits are synchronized changes across eligibility, token state, and settlement records, not just payment events. A redemption might start from an investor request, issuer decision, schedule, condition, or maturity date. Before execution, the platform checks notice periods, lockups, gates, limits, liquidity, and fees. Then tokens are burned, frozen, moved to treasury, or marked redeemed, while cash or stablecoin is paid out. Finally, balances, supply, transfers, tax, and compliance records must reconcile. Compliance is built into the operating workflow, not bolted on afterwards. Routine controls such as KYC status, sanction screening, jurisdiction rules, and transfer restrictions should run automatically wherever possible. When a case is high risk or unclear, it moves to human review. Every decision needs evidence, rationale, timestamps, reviewer identity, and policy references. Those decisions must then update token permissions, wallet status, and transaction eligibility, so the controls actually affect execution. Real platforms are defined by how they handle the non-happy path. A block transfer, failed settlement, rejected KYC check, or reconciliation break should not become an improvised email chain. It needs a workflow. Detect the trigger, assign an owner, escalate when needed, approve the decision, and preserve the evidence. The same discipline applies to dividends, votes, conversions, and issuer notices. Auditors should be able to reconstruct who decided what, when, why, and from which data. Architecture is shaped as much by constraints as by goals. Before defining processes or roles, teams need to make assumptions explicit. Regulation, investor eligibility, transfer rules, technology choices, vendors, security, privacy, cost, and operations. Each assumption should translate into an architectural impact, such as permission transfers, regional data storage, extra reconciliation, or manual review capacity. This prevents teams from solving locally in conflicting ways and keeps the operating model realistic, auditable, and executable. You now have the operating model view: stakeholders, lifecycle flows, controls, and technology working together. The key is traceability from onboarding through redemption, including compliance, exceptions, audit, reconciliation, and corporate actions. Next, we turn these flows into architecture deliverables and decision records that teams can approve and build from.